Janet Napolitano conoce a la perfección cómo se mueven los hilos de la política en Washington. Fue gobernadora de Arizona, fiscal federal, se convirtió en la primera mujer en ocupar la Secretaría de Seguridad Interna de Estados Unidos y actualmente es presidenta de la Universidad de California. La entrevisté aquí en México, está de gira, en exclusiva para Despierta. Hablamos de Trump, del muro, de los migrantes. Thank you very much for this interview.
Oh, thank you.
What do you think of Donald Trump?
He's interesting.
To say the least.
He's, yes, a very different kind of president.
Mm. What kind of relationship should Mexico expect from him?
Well, I think right now it looks like it's going to be a difficult relationship. Mm-hmm. And that's one of the reasons I'm here, because at the University of California, we believe in building bridges, not walls, and we're here to foster academic exchange, research partnerships, things of that sort.
Mm-hmm. What do you think is going to happen with the wall? Is it going to be constructed?
Oh, that's a difficult question. I believe the president's going to seek funding to construct the wall. I'm not sure the Congress is going to go along. So we may see bits and pieces of a wall, but a total border-wide wall, I think, highly unlikely.
And who's going to pay for it?
Yeah, that's the question. I don't think Mexico's going to pay for it, so that'll come out of the American taxpayers' hide, and that's why it's such a difficult sell in the Congress.
And what about the Mexicans that live in the United States without papers? What do you think is going to happen with them? Do you think everybody's going to be thrown out of the country?
You know, we have probably 3,700 students who are undocumented students, and
in your university?
In our university, and they're in DACA, which I started when I was the Secretary of Homeland Security. It stands for Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals. They're the so-called Dreamers. And, you know, we have reached out and said our campuses will be a safe place for our dreamers. Our campus police won't serve as surrogate immigration agents. We won't voluntarily turn over student records to immigration. Our health centers will be open to anyone regardless of their immigration status. So, you know, we're trying to demonstrate at the University of California, again, that we are more concerned with building bridges than building walls.
The speech about the wall is not to let any bad hombres go to the United States.
Yeah.
You were in the place where terrorism had to be fought. Any of the terrorists ever came through our border, to the Mexican-U.S. border?
No, and so you know, when I was the governor of Arizona 10 years ago, I was quoted often as saying, you know, show me an 11-foot wall and I'll show you a 12-foot ladder. A wall in and of itself, a physical structure, doesn't stop someone who is intent on entering the United States illegally. So it's expensive and it's bad policy because it won't do what it's being advertised that it will do.
And could it hurt the relationship with Mexico, the cooperation that, from the Mexican point of view, is allowing the terrorists to be stopped before they enter into the United States and thrown back to their countries?
You know, one of the things it could do is interrupt the law enforcement partnership that has been developed between the United States and Mexico over many years. You know, partnerships in terms of going after the big drug cartels, the big smuggling organizations. Those are very valuable partnerships, and, you know, building a wall gets right in the middle of that important work.
Now you have El Chapo in the United States. What do you think about that, El Chapo Guzman?
Well, I think he should be prosecuted to the full extent of the law, and it looks like he's going to be.
Were you happy when he got caught?
Yes, and I'm happy that he was extradited to the United States. He's facing a lot of charges there, and he's awaiting trial, and we'll see what happens.
Was it true that the terrorist network Al-Qaeda was in touch with the Zetas, the Mexican cartel? That was the word when you were secretary, but
we never knew if that was just a rumor or was it something real that they were trying to contact the Zetas in order to get to the United States? Did you ever?
Yeah, I don't want to comment on the intelligence that I had when I was secretary, but I will say that
now it's permitted for what I see in the White House.
But we never saw an Al-Qaeda-related terrorist cross over the Mexican border.
Mm-hmm. And finally, do you think the relationship between Mexico and the United States is going to get worse because of this?
Well, that's why it's so important that institutions like the University of California step forward and say, look, we are here in a spirit of partnership and a spirit of cooperation and a spirit of mutual respect. And I think that's what the U.S.-Mexico relationship should be.
Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, many people in Mexico are frightened because of Donald Trump. But there's been this conversation that he could be impeached. Do you see that in the near future, that he could not finish his 4-year term?
You know, that's a rumor in the United States as well. Personally, I don't find it very likely, no. No.
Why?
Because it's very difficult to impeach a sitting president, and particularly when the Congress, which has to do the impeachment, is under the control of the same party as the president. It'd be extraordinarily difficult to do.
Thank you very much for being here.
You bet. Thank you.
I hope you have a great stay in Mexico.
I will.
And if California wants to come back to Mexico, we'll be glad to accept you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Carlos.
My pleasure.